you guys see my screen?
Alexa, pause.
Maybe?
Yeah, the work from home.
Yeah. So I'll go bigger. I'll go big screen. Now you guys can see that, right? If you guys were asked the question, what activities will guarantee your business growth? Toss some ideas out there.
Networking.
Awesome. Any other ideas?
Consistency and personal invitations.
Okay. What are some other things?
Getting people to order themselves.
Okay.
Not always me ordering.
That sounds like a mom. That's a mom that says, just having my kids make their own breakfast, please, or my husband taking care of his own needs. And that's exactly right. There's a lot of relational wisdom that goes into business growth. Emily, you were spot on. Having people take care of the simple things, so you're not just doing customer care, so you're not just a customer order taker. Here's a follow-up question. If I know how to turn the screen.
Oh, it is when we get close?
Okay, it was delayed. What activities will guarantee business death? This is sometimes a telling, but what business activities or activities in your life will guarantee business death?
Business death.
Think of the title, but opposite. The title of this week's work from home is Vital Activities. What's the opposite of activity?
No activity.
Yeah.
Not, I'd say not doing anything.
Not doing anything will guarantee its
Hey
death.
guys.
Negative mindset will guarantee, it'll guarantee, what also will guarantee business death is victim mentality. Well, I have a day job. I have to share an office with her and I can't get anything done. Or any of those kind of things. Inactivity is going to guarantee your business won't grow. Here's the other concept that not a lot of people think about. There is no plateauing in business. You're either growing or you're dying. I used to think in my other business, gosh, we're doing great. We're printing money. And we just took our eye off the ball for about 11 months. And that was the trajectory of death with a lot of other variables. But if you're not growing your business, it is shrinking. There's no maintaining. And so, well, one of the benefits of the Shaklee world is that you can go on vacation. You can put your Shaklee business on pause. It's not going to grow, but that will take it back a little bit. You'll lose a little bit of momentum. But what we want to do is we want to talk about some vital activities. So in the world of Shaklee, if there were all the master coordinators, all the people that we're going to be, all the presidential master coordinators over this last year were asked, what are the vital activities? If you did these things, you're going to guarantee your Shaklee success. And they narrowed it down to 3 things. And here's the 3 things. And it's kind of cheating. It's really 5 things, but one of them is the same. Connect, invite, and follow up. Mark said earlier, didn't you, or Mark, you said inviting, right?
Right.
Yeah. So connect, invite, and follow up. We're going to go through these. The second is love and use Shaklee. All the master coordinators said if you love and use Shaklee, your business will grow. If you connect, invite, and follow up, your business will grow. Invest in personal development. This is the one that kind of threw me off, not because I don't believe it. I just didn't expect it to come from a business platform, a company to say, gosh, I expected to use our products, love them. Your business will grow because what you are excited about will change the world. Connect, invite, and follow up. It will grow. That's activities. But the third one, I just didn't expect it, but I'm glad they put it in. I want to talk about connect, invite, and follow up. How to connect with people. What are some areas, what are some ideas that you guys think that would help you connect? Brandon said earlier networking, but let's get a little bit more micro. What are areas and how can you connect?
I was just talking through like social media, advertisement, word of mouth, just getting it out there. I mean,
Excellent. That's good micro. Any other ideas? Excellent, excellent, Brandon.
I think a lot of times through natural affinity groups, whether it's running clubs or gyms or other activities you're a part of, kids' sports teams.
Mark, tell people, they probably don't know this, you are the oldest of how many?
12. Well, second oldest of 12 kids.
holy.
That's a great response. That's a connection piece there as well. Second oldest of 12 kids. Any other areas to connect? Emily, you've got some areas in your life that you do a phenomenal job. It's called Camp Gladiator, right?
Yes. Oh, I didn't know I was on. Yes.
Yeah.
Camp. I do a Camp Gladiator. I'm pruning my flowers.
Okay, there's a great thing to be said. It looks like you're in your front yard in Superior, over in Rock Creek.
Yes.
Emily's doing a good example, and she is extremely friendly. She's very personable. Being in your front yard and on your patio that faces people, oftentimes is a subtle, passive way to learn more about your neighbors. And gardening in front, playing with your kids in front. Emily has a swing in her front yard. So there's opportunities to connect. And so one of the things we'll talk about, if I can get this to follow me. Yep, it's got a little bit of delay. Okay, types of connection. Types of connection can be email, digital. It can be social media like Brandon. It could be networking groups, clubs. But I want you guys to start thinking through, what are my connections and how am I connecting with people? Christine, do you have any other ideas of connection?
What do you need? Yeah, that's fine.
I would say, like, it's
Hold on, wait.
just like what you said, your natural affinity.
What?
And sometimes we have to go out of our way and just make new affinity groups if we haven't. So it's like, I'm a runner, so am I part of a running group? It's like my social groups, my church groups, my hobby groups, my book clubs. Name it.
I've heard this metaphor before, but think of fishing holes. Where are you fishing? If you fish the same hole in your backyard and you've just fished it to death, and the fish start to learn that your fly is really noisy, floppy, your lure looks like this, power bait's lost its lure, its effect, you've got to look for new fishing holes. So types of connections are all over around you guys. When to connect is often and in their world, on their terms. Any other ideas? You're good. Christine's excellent at all these. She's one of the best connectors of people.
Honestly, I feel like the last few months that a year ago, I made a commitment to be social on social media. Like, I post every single day, and it's been that way for an entire year, almost like 14 months. And it was really hard at first. I remember talking to Kelsey about this. And Kelsey's like, what? I don't want to do this. And now it's easier, right? The more that you do it, it's something that you naturally do. So connecting for me is sometimes I'll look and see the people that liked my story, and I'll scroll down and see the names, and I'll shoot, like, you know what, I haven't talked to so-and-so in months, and I'll shoot them a quick message.
Hey, Dan.
Like, literally, I'll choose 5 or 6 people and shoot them a message like, hey, how are you doing? How's life? Da, da, da. Don't say anything about Shackley. Don't say anything about buy my product. It's just, I want to reach out. I want to say hello, and I want to start the connection. And that's it.
A subtle type of connecting with people is on their Facebook post. Stop doing like. It does nothing for you. People don't go, ooh, Steve, Kelsey, Mark, Brandon, and Emily liked my post. They may. But the reality is they are really excited when you post a real comment that's also engaging. It's an open-ended question. Kelsey, it's interesting that you posted about your kids. What park did you go to? It's not a yes or no question, but the goal of connecting always is not to sell Shackley. The goal is to further a conversation. It's a further an interaction with the person. So think of your world.
Mm.
The goal of connecting on social media, emails, phone calls, and text, and going to clubs is not a one-time sale. It's an actual for further connection and relationship with these people. And I love, and we'll go over this, I think in about 2 weeks, Bob Heilig has been a huge fan of mine. He's the #1 podcast on multi-level marketing, and I've learned a ton just soaking in his information. But he goes, every interaction you should have with people should be in the concept of love, serve, and grow. So as you guys begin to connect with people in the social media world, and as you begin to post, sell less, post more on love, serve, grow. And we'll talk and flesh that. So don't worry about posting on pick challenges or the opportunities to be a business leader or make money, but do your post on loving, serving, and growing, and how you interact with people in those posts and emails and world. You'll see your business grow. You'll also grow as a person that they can trust. Christine?
Well, I was gonna say, you
How
know,
are you?
I feel like it's a balance, right? It's a balance of me, what I'm posting that, like on Monday night, I'm doing a reset your routine, and Kelsey and I did one like kind of like a couple weeks ago about how, you know, living a healthier lifestyle, and that's basically what it is. And but I'm going to post about that and invite people that are stuck, frustrated, need a plan. Like this is, you know, tried and true, 2 things that I've done. So it's okay. I think I don't want you to hear Steve saying, don't post about the pick challenge or don't post about the cleanse. But I know that I'm also posting about things that grab the heart of people.
I would say the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
80% of your posts should be love, serve, grow. 20% should be, maybe even 10% should be about what you're inviting them to. And that's this next part. The connection part is less about inviting them to an event. So Christine brings up a good point. The second part of vital activities, or in the first part, it's connect, invite, and follow up. You want an action step to invite them to. And that's where your 10% of your posts might be, I'm inviting you to my Zoom event on Monday night about teenagers, or about losing weight, or about connecting with Steve and Christine, because I've got a specific client. Inviting one person to an event is an action to take. But you've got to be very clear what you're inviting people. So if you just connect on the internet and you're having a great time and you're talking about your life and your kids and your work and your other business and your weight loss and your health, and you're just connecting, but you're never inviting them to anything, you're missing something. So, but when you invite, it's for a clear step. It's a clear action step. The next one, and this has got a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure why.
I would say here's the thing that I like about these 3 steps. If I connect well and I build rapport, I build relationships, I build trust, you know, they follow you. They like you, right? They're following you, Kelsey. They're following you, Mark. You, Emily, you, Brandon. They're following you because you have built trust. You have built a relationship. And then it's easier then to invite them to something. Just like a friend, anything like that.
And when you invite them, don't say, hey, there's this thing I'm just like if you were at a real party at your house. Hey, I'm having a barbecue on Tuesday night. You want to come? And they say yes. And you're like, great, see you there. They don't know where you live. They don't know your MapQuest or meet me in the park. They don't know what to bring. Make it easy when you invite them. Specifically, here's the Zoom link. Here's the email. Would you consider, I'm inviting you to consider to watch this business opportunity. Christine had a gal that we met in volleyball as a parent. She took the Prove It Challenge. She loves the shakes. And Christine said this past week, she was connecting with her in her life and said, Christine, you said to Bree.
Well, this is how it happened. I'm always trying to think, what am I afraid of? You know, when I want to talk to someone about Shackley, their products, I think, am I afraid to talk to them? It's kind of silly sometimes, but with this gal, Rachel, I knew she had such a good experience with the shakes. She loved the Prove It Challenge. She told me that some guy at her work was interested in the Prove It Challenge. So last week I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send Rachel a text. And I said, Rachel, I thought about you today and I just wanted to throw something at you. Not sure if you're interested or not, but I know you mentioned you had some friends that were wanting to take a look at the Prove It Challenge. And I would love to share a way that you can make money, or I forgot how I said it, but if I sent you a 15-minute video on, the Shackley compensation and what it looked like. Would you watch it? Let me know. And I texted her this, and she sent me back. She's like, of course, let me know. And so I said, okay, I'm going to send this to you. Do you want to chat about it later today or tomorrow? She goes, how about we chat about this weekend?
So that
So it was just a back and forth.
connect, it's vital activities, connection, inviting to a clear thing, a clear action step. Would you consider watching this video? Would you consider doing a Prove It Challenge with me? Would you consider joining my team? And Christine set her up for a follow-up. It wasn't like, okay, let me know what you think. It's, can I call you? Set yourself up for the last part is follow-up. And because you want to do that. Now, follow-up, 80% of sales is going to require 5 or more follow-ups. 80% of sales are going to require 5 or more follow-ups. And that's where people fail. They'll follow up once. I started calling mattress retail stores back in February, and some a year and a half ago. I finally got a lunchtime in with the operations director of 20 stores in Wisconsin last Tuesday here in Colorado. I think I emailed him 20 times, called him at least 10 times. They're going to launch a program. That was in that 90 percentile. It required 10 plus. Keep your commitment. Don't give up. 44% of...
Well, that was interesting. 44% of people stop after one invite. And imagine, Kelsey, if I didn't invite you again, right? Or Emily, or, it's just, and I gave up on you because I was like, well, they said no and I gave up. And I think that's the reality, that when Shauna, that I think some of you guys know, when Shauna Lindstedt invited me to come to her house for a healthy home, party about the Get Cleaning products, I know for a fact she invited me 5 times. And it was either the 5th or the 6th time I was like, you know what, she's my friend, I should go and check this out. And that's why. But if she had given up on me, this would never have been part of, my story.
So here's a thumbs up, thumbs down. Has anybody invited you to anything? Not an event, but or to read something, to read this email? Did anybody send you an email and say, hey, consider reading this? And you fully intend to do it, but life got busy? You weren't angry at them? You weren't mad at them? Think less of yourself, that your ego's battered. So get over the ideas that follow-up is so scary, but keep your commitment. So if Christine talked to Bree, and Bree said, and she said to Bree, I'm going to call you this weekend, and Christine didn't.
It was Rachel, not Bree.
Bree's her daughter. Rachel. You have to, so if you're going to they come to your house, they come to an event, I'm going to call you because you want to have a clear follow-up, and you don't, that's where you lose all that work you did on the connecting, the inviting, and you just forgot to keep your commitment. And don't give up. Don't give up, because you were that close. Monica Stanton is a leader in Shackley. She's in our organization. She's in California, and she had a hobbyist buyer, was just buying, kind of playing around, was a distributor, but just did nothing. This hobbyist said just recently during COVID, I'm going to start this. And Monica stayed with her, inviting, following up, or connecting, inviting, and following up. And this gal then, over a 6-week period, hosted 6 events. The following month, she busted out in director. What did she do? She connected, she invited, and she followed up people. And we want to keep it really simple.
I think she did the same thing 6 times.
Same thing 6 times.
It was all the skincare. She just kept it simple. And I think sometimes, I think that's what I'm finding is, what am I really good at? What am I passionate about? So whether it's the weight loss, it's the Prove It Challenge, it's the Strip and Shake, it's the Life Shake. For you, Mark, what are the products that, as a runner, this is such a passion for me? It's easy to talk to people about that. And then, like anything, if I'm passionate about it, like Brandon, what you're passionate about when you train people, and I'm consistent and I show up and I'm really good at it, then you'll see results that way.
Yeah. So that's the first one. Connect, invite, follow up. If you're doing those things on a daily basis, in the chat, there's a PDF. If you're on your phone, it's harder to get, but it's also part of the onboarding in days 11 through 30. It's a daily tracker on what should I be doing on a daily basis, even if I just have 5 hours total in a week. It'll give you some tips. Love and use Shackley. Invest in your personal development. And as part of our onboarding, we spent actually quite a bit of time and resources on days 11 through 30, giving you guys some ideas, some podcasts, some business development, some heart and soul care. Mark, you did the first mindset and soul care section, I believe, right, in days 3 through 11?
Right.
Yeah. So what's next? The bigger question is, what's keeping you from taking the next step? And so we're going to ask you guys, what is one thing? It's maybe an emotive, maybe it's a barrier, maybe it's a fear, but what's one thing that's keeping you guys from the next step in these vital activities?
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
Good.
Sorry.
Hear that.
Like,
No, I want honesty. I love it.
that's excellent.
Yeah, I'm pooped because I'm working another job, and I know you said that was. I'm like, I don't want to be a victim, but I am. I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So that's just being real.
Amen.
And then I hate all the people like right now. But it helps me get TV, so I don't want to stop it. But
Your
it just would take more effort to get people to like just order yourself and take advantage of all these great things. Sorry, hold on. Here's Luna. But anyway, that's me.
That's good.
So
And one of the things is that's really good, Emily, is that one, we want to make the process of growing your business less tiring, less customer caring. We don't want to be less customer caring, but the things that keep you from growth are some of those iota things. And so as we onboard people, we want the duplication to happen quicker and easier for them to hold their own hands. Any other things that are keeping you guys from the next step?
And
Time management.
Go ahead, Kelsey.
I'd say time management.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We talked about that way back on quadrant 2 stuff. Man, I hang out in quadrant 3 and 4 more than I will ever admit to you guys, except if we're drinking, and I don't drink anymore, so it's probably not that often, I'll admit. But yeah, I'm hanging out in quadrant 3 and 4.
Which is again.
Unimportant. Some of it's unimportant and urgent stuff, and it's unimportant and not urgent. And so it's just time suckers.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the only one at fault. If I run out of time, it's no one else, because we all have the equal amount. There are successful people that have 4 kids, that have 2 jobs, that run 25 miles a week and work out every day. There are successful people that pull that off. And so if we go, gosh, but that's where we have to really go, okay, it's verbalizing these things. For me, I have to verbalize them. For me, it's verbalizing. Sometimes I'm just afraid of inviting, and I don't want to. So it's a fear element. Any other things? And we're going to talk about a new compensation plan coming up.
maybe you feel like your resources are tapped a little bit.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Those are excellent. I want you guys to think through, to journal, what's keeping me from the next step. In our onboarding process, we have you early on talk about your why and start dreaming. Even on days 11 through 30, we have you revisit that. If you're not revisiting your why and where you want to be 2 or 3 years from now, we're going to be sitting here, or you might be sitting at your home 2 to 3 years from now going, gosh, I wish I actually had $3,000 to $7,000 of income coming from Shackley. So my main gig now is now my part-time gig. And you get to make those choices. And so we're here to help you. The next thing is really exciting. We actually found out about this today, about 4 days early. It's going to be launched on a global call on Monday. And it's Shackley's new, because if you didn't know, the stimulus package ended 2 days ago. We started our Zoom calls at the beginning of the stimulus plan. And it was grab 12 people, get 3 of them to multiply. And so we're making this, they're just giving us another opportunity to earn cash. So Christine knows this better than I do.
Yeah, so this is what was cool. So Roger Hill called me today because he was answering another question. And then he was like, hey, by the way, on Monday, this is launching, but I want you to have a sneak preview. And I was like, that's awesome. And he's going to be on this call next Thursday to answer
it
any
out.
questions and flush it out. But the big thing is now from here on out, you guys, when you have a new member or you sponsor a new distributor, either one, you will make, from now until September 30th, you will make 10% on their sales, not
cash.
TV, but 10% on their sales. So get this, if someone orders a Prove It Challenge, you make 25. But with this, you're making,
You make 25 because that's part of the bonus structure.
you make 25, but then in addition, now you're gonna make 10% off the $159 kit. So now you're making, what was
Another
it?
another $15.90. You're making
Basically-
40. Go ahead.
Okay.
39.
You're making 40 bucks. I'm talking right now, right? So you're making 40 bucks. So now imagine if you did 3 Prove It Challenge in a month. You know, Shackley gives you $150, but because of this 10% sales on any new customer of their product, now you're making over $200 on that. So it's just more money. And the cool thing is, say someone doesn't want to do a Prove It Challenge, there really wasn't any cash that you could make. So even if someone ordered a canister of protein, you're making 10% off that sale. So the cool thing is, like, you're making something on every single sale.
New customers, new distributors.
Yeah. So that's a huge benefit. So you're really just upping the ante that you're always going to make money on every product that you sell.
New
regardless.
customer orders vitamin D. It's $10.
Okay.
You made $1.
Okay, so now, second thing on this that's cool is, say every single one of you gets one new distributor in this time, just one, and it's $49 to have your own business. Now, if that's distributor from now until September, you get 50% matching earnings from that person. Now, if you have 2 people, you're getting 50% matching. If you have 3 people, you have 3 people, you're getting 50% matching. These are all new distributors, not just members of distributors. So it really is setting you up to really earn extra money.
Yeah.
While you're helping someone grow a business and making a difference. And then Shackley, we'll put this for you guys on your calendar, but Shackley has a yearly conference that had to get postponed because of COVID, but now they're virtual, and it's September 25th, 26th. Any new person, they automatically get that $49 or distributor. They automatically get that waived. And you guys want to be on this virtual global conference. It's going to grow your business. Kelsey was going to come this summer, and she and I, you're already in, you're already registered. But this is great. And then the last piece is, remember the very beginning of the year where they talked about $20,000 in 2020, $20K in 2020. If you promote to the rank of director, which is the first level, so Kelsey, Emily, Mark, Brandon, all of you guys, the first level of director, if you promote before the end of the year and hold that rank, you get $500 bonus. If you do it sooner and you help someone else promote to director, your senior director, you're going to get another $1,000. So basically $1,500. That's just on top of your bonuses, on top of your gross pay and all that. So they're just throwing out some bonuses.
So you may think, gosh, I've been doing this for a while and it's not working. Our onboarding system is really helping you guys clear it up in about 5 hours or so a week. You could pull off the onboarding almost all the way through day 30. And it's built to see you multiply and to do the vital activities. Connect, invite, follow up, take care of yourself, love and use Shackley, and multiply your business. Melissa, who I know Kelsey knows, I think Emily's met Melissa through Zoom. Melissa was a hobbyist in her Shackley business. And during COVID, she goes, I'm going to start. She's got kids and she's got chaos. And she held, I think, 2 to 3 events. It wasn't like 20 people came to her events on Zoom. There was like 4 to 6 people that came, and they purchased, and some grabbed on the concept of being a distributor. And her and Michelle had an onboarding system they started taking people through. Melissa, the following month, busted out as director. Monica Stan's gal was the same thing. She hosted 6 events. She connected, invited follow-up, did those 6 events. She was in activity. She followed them up. She saw a couple of them want to multiply. That gal multiplied the next month into director. It's happening, and they're not supernatural. They don't have any more gifts than you guys. I know you guys, you're all extremely gifted, but what they did is they focused on the right things and did the right time. and didn't pull back when they got close. They actually pushed forward and push that, is Good to Great talks about, push that flywheel. Once you guys are pushing that big heavy stone and starting to move, but once it starts moving, don't pull back out of fear and go, oh, this might require more of me. That's actually when you want to dig your heels in more and get that thing moving, because you're then that close to becoming director. The key thing is connect, invite, and follow up. If you do the onboarding system, we're giving you guys very clear homework and simple things of what to invite to and how to connect and to really build your business from the ground up. And so I know, Mark, you started yours. You're probably in day 7.
Right.
Yeah, so you did some of the 3 to 11. Christy and I are almost done writing and getting off from that piece of paper behind us, everything onto the screen into the onboarding system. Brandon, you accepted the email. What I want you guys to do, Brandon's got his own checklist. Kelsey, I think you do, but I may have lost it in the system. And Emily, if you want, we want to have you go through this beta system. It's an online system we talked about a couple weeks ago, but it's allowing you to go through an onboarding system, much of what, Emily, you've already done, so it's going to be really easy and fast. But you're going to go through it, and if you ever have anybody that wants to multiply, we're not asking you to recreate the wheel. We're going to hit duplicate and allow you to customize it very simply and just bring that next person through. And that's what Michelle has done with Melissa, who's done with Lauren, who's now doing with somebody else. And they're seeing their business grow rapidly, but they're not working 30 hours a week. They're doing some of the simple, vital activities.
Yeah. So can we unshare or stop share? But anyway, I think Steve and I put this together. Wait, gallery. Can you go to gallery? Steve and I put this together just so that you guys, there we go. Thank you. Don't have to reinvent the wheel, because like all of you have other jobs. So I want, if you had 5 hours a week to give to Shackley, whether that was an hour a day, Monday through Friday, or 5 hours on Saturday, or whatever it looked like, that you feel like, okay, if I have 5 hours, what am I going to do with my 5 hours to really feel like I'm moving the dial on my business? And you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because this is what we're doing full time. So we are going to put all of our efforts. And then the last thing I'll say, because I know it's getting late, but like Monday, I'm hosting that Zoom Reset Your Routine, and I'll probably post a couple of things this weekend, but I'm finding that is, itching, scratching an itch that people have of like, I want to dial in my nutrition. All of you guys love the strip and the shake. So my ask of you guys is join me on that Reset Your Routine at 7:00 on Monday night. And if you could bring one person, just one person, because I think that will give you an idea of like, oh, this was really easy. I'm really trying to keep it to 15 minutes max. But this is something that if you like it and you see it, then it's like, okay, Emily, you and I do a Reset Your Routine with you, another one with your girlfriends at your time frame, Kelsey, Mark, Brandon. But what I'm saying is I want to provide some events that you guys don't have to do any brain work for, but it's just getting something to invite to.
So back to that first question, bring one person, excellent. I would say that's the minimum. But if you are connecting, inviting, you'll eventually follow up 10 to 15 people. I bet you if you were to connect and invite, you could have 1 to 10 people come to Christine's event. It doesn't matter if it's her event, you're joining the team. We're doing this for you because we want to make it as simple as possible for you. Your job would then be to connect with your people Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and to see them order. And you're going, Brandon may go, I don't know how to help people order. Well, in your onboarding in the first 48 hours, it shows you exactly how to set up your website, how to onboard, and how to connect and help people order. And then you're like, well, I've got a member. What do I do? It'll tell you exactly what to do. A sample thank you, making it really simple for you. And so I'd say the next 3 days, invite people to this event. So we're planning an event for you. Part of your homework in the next 30 to 40 days is to throw 2 to 4 events on the calendar. You'll start to see some momentum grow, but we're going to carry the heavy stones for you guys and make it as easy as possible.
But also, I'll say in closing, Brandon, that even I know you asked me that question, like, how do I sponsor someone? Like, I am available, so I don't want to feel like I'm pushing you off to not answer your questions. But kind of like what Emily said, I really want to help you how to do it so that you can help in turn your person, so that you feel like you're not micromanaging. Like Emily has this amazing huge order, and now she's sitting here going, so Emily, you and I know answering your question, I'll explain how I've helped people like let go of like I'm not breastfeeding them anymore. That's you know what I mean?
We think you guys are amazing. And Brandon and Kelsey, the offer is still to have you guys over for dinner. And Emily, we'd love to have you and Dave join them. But we're trying to schedule a time, possibly Tuesday. So we love you guys.